Hello, everybody. This is our first non-annual YouTube podcast. The reason we are doing this is because we are bored, it's late at night, and we don't want to sleep. So, let's run off the list of attendees. I am Ice, otherwise known as Yoon13 on YouTube. I am your host for the evening.
No, I'm the host.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, huh? It says host right under my name.
I'm gonna ban you.
I can mute you.
No.
Okay, so I am Wes, and none of you probably know who I am. And if any of you are on any sort of NIC network, then I'm just Wes there.
Try to speak up,
Okay.
guys.
Vengeful. Venom,
I'll go next.
shut up.
Go ahead.
Alright, so this is Vengeful Waffle. I'm Waffle everywhere else, and Ace Burrito here on YouTube. Because I can.
No, you can't.
Okay. I'm Venom213 on Nerf Haven and Venom213 with an extra M on YouTube.
The most flamed
And
channel
Xbox.
since Yoon13.
Yeah, well,
Let's go ahead.
And
I guess I deserve it.
I'm Merzlin here. Pretty much the same name everywhere, Universal.
Except for Mers.
So we're gonna get started tonight with Wes talking about stupid kids.
Stupid kids on YouTube, to be more specific.
What a great topic.
And I cannot tell you just the amount of stupid kids on YouTube there are. There are just so damn many of them.
Hey,
And it's all your fault, Ice.
I know that.
No, they don't get on YouTube. They just associate with us because of Ice.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, there are inevitably always going to be stupid people on YouTube.
There's stupid people all over the internet.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Except on the
But we
Apple
just can't
website.
talk about some of those places, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because he might lose subscribers.
Okay, so let's keep talking about stupid people.
I can't narrow it down. There's many of them.
Well,
We've gone through, what, like 6 or 7 in specific tonight?
I'm gonna have to edit this so much.
No,
can we-
please leave that in.
Dude, Ice, we should just like let out with the swearing, but you edit it all out, like beep, beep,
I don't
beep,
think,
you
I
know?
think he's too lazy for that.
Yeah.
okay,
Well, how about this? How about
Burgers.
you go get some burgers and then you can
You wanna
talk
make a
about
cooking video?
Yes,
We could
sure,
cook
Ice.
oatmeal. On the stove.
Okay.
How do you cook oatmeal? Don't you just heat it up?
Not the way I do it. It's probably why it catches on fire.
Ice way.
Oatmeal or something?
sounds kinky.
So moving on to the next subject, we'll be talking about Midwest Nerf with me and Venom.
And how much it sucks.
Hey, you haven't experienced it for yourself.
Yeah, but I've seen
Oh, yeah.
plenty of it.
Y'all.
So Venom, you want to get it started?
Yeah, okay, so pretty much Midwest Nerf for us is mostly people who attend wars in Illinois, or pretty much Chicago metropolitan area, and the St. Paul, Minneapolis metropolitan area.
Pretty much.
And it pretty much started in 2006 when Sam, who's a person who's from St. Paul, Minneapolis area here, started playing Assassins at his organized through his school. So, and there's
Oh,
actually a
wait.
video of this-
Hold on. I'm gonna stop you right there. You're gonna have to explain what Assassins is.
Okay,
Because
so
kids
this
on YouTube are stupid.
okay, so
Hey, man.
Nerf is what?
I said
Right.
amen.
Yeah, yeah.
Brother Jesus.
So Nerf Assassins is just like a game. You play it in everyday life, and you go around and pretty much try to assassinate people. And usually
It
there'll
sounds
be
like so much fun.
usually there'll be like fries at them. Like everyone has to pay like $5 to play, and then whoever is the last one standing gets all the money. So and that the funny thing about Assassins is that's how pretty much I got into Nerf too, was when my older sister played that when she was in high school, but that's besides the point. So Sam played Assassins through his school, and there's actually a video on YouTube. It's called Assassin's News Story, and that shows it. It's actually a really well done video. It was on the local Fox News here in the St. Paul, Minneapolis area, and but so then after
That wasn't
he
assassins. That was zombies.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it was. That was human versus zombie.
No, it's not.
So how did this lead to Chicago area wars?
Okay, that's what I'm getting to. Just be patient. So, after that...
You're telling me to be patient? I have the attention span of a fly.
We know you do, Ice.
And you're the one wanting to explain Assassins, the most complicated nerf game there is.
It's not that complicated, but that's besides the point.
I'm not actually listening. I'm just letting you guys talk.
So, after Sam played Assassins, he organized the first, from what I know of, the first NIC Minnesota war that actually took place, because I know that there were like a bunch of old threads from old lazy people who were just like, maybe we should have a war, and it never did, from like 2004 and stuff. But in 2006, they finally had the first war in the summer, and I think it was quite successful. And then after that, they had, and that one was called Spano, S-P-A-N-O, St. Paul area nerf outing. Then following summer, they had another one, and then after that, they had MNSPW 2008 in March 2008, which was the first war I attended, and then pretty much most of the older veterans here in Minnesota, they'll sometimes still attend wars in the summer and spring, but for the most part here it's run by people who live here most of the year, like myself and Daniel Beaver and Busta Ninja, Atomatron, and Velveeta Avenger. So since, like, because before we came around, there weren't wars here year round in Minnesota, you know. But then we started, you know. What happened was after the MNSBW 08, I said, you know, maybe I should host a war in May, even though almost everyone's going to be at college, and that war was actually a good success, because, you know, that was when we had established all the, like, high school age kids who, you know, had time and were around to go to it. So that's how Minnesota Nerf started, pretty much. Chicago Nerf, I
can explain on that.
Yeah, I think talk about the first war, Christmas class. I think that was the first war.
I guarantee we've lost at least half of the kids already.
I'll try to speed up the history in Chicago a little bit, but from what I recall, I couldn't pick up information about pre-Chicago wars before, I believe it was 2009 or 8, the first channel. I know there's threads about it. I'm sure you can ask Ryan or a couple other nerfers, Carbon.
I think it was 8.
08, and then
the
channel.
first Chicago War happened in like 2006. It was called Christmas Clash, and I think Ryan went to it, and he's like the only one who's still really around who went to that one.
Yeah, but starting from later times, there was Channel 1, I believe. It was almost a year from this spring. That was like the first organized Chicago War in a while, since the Christmas Classic and the wars that trail along with that.
Yeah, I'd say Channel 1 was definitely the war that established what Chicago Nerf is all about today.
For sure.
Standing and shooting?
No, it evolved to that. In Channel 1, it was probably my favorite war, because it had the most people. I believe Bad Wrench came out. People from down south came out. And furthermore, it wasn't just standing around and pot shooting. It was more like Nerf as we know it. But as the year came around, it slowly started to evolve into let's make our guns 20 times better and let's just, I don't know, pot shot.
Honestly,
So
that seems like a very, very reoccurring theme.
It is.
Hey, what's that noise?
That's me opening a cheese stick. I'm hungry.
Where's the hamburgers?
I didn't make any.
Continue.
I thought that's what uni lived off of.
So anyways, we're going to talk about, the, Nerf arms race. Didn't really plan this, but, Venom, what do you think of it?
Okay, well, so, yeah, the Nerf arms race, I don't think it's I think it's pretty bad here in this part of the Midwest. Probably not.
Alright, I'm going to stop you again. A lot of people aren't going to know the definition of arms race.
Okay,
I don't
first.
know what.
Again,
I don't
because
really know
they're
what it is.
stupid.
I think we should, Nerf's arm race is, I'm gonna take a guess here, but it's like, you're trying to exceed the power of your blasters, make them overall better, and
Well,
it's,
the
great.
definition of an arms race is just trying to make whatever your equipment is better
Great.
than the rest of the people. Not necessarily better than it already is, because with an arms race you need a competitor. So I guess the competitor would be normal blasters.
I guess it's not really a race, rather, let's just make better stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's gotten to a point where, like, it's just completely unbalanced. Like, it's going so far. Like, Nerf modding, it's just been like, well,
It's so
let's make it...
It's like off the charts right now. It's like you have blasters shooting 150 feet with a rate of fire close to a doomsayer. It's just outrageous. And when
My Titan.
everyone on the field uses these blasters, it's like, what do you do if you have a recon? Like,
Yeah, so, like, I started noticing the arms race, like, it wasn't really prevalent at all the first couple wars I went to, but it really started happening after Spano 2009. Like, Spano 2009 was a really nice war. Like, everyone got along super well, and, like, Ryan was there, and, like, all the vets were there and stuff.
Cartoon.
Yeah, Cartoon was there. That was amazing. But, like, after that, I think the war after that was the next major war we had was the makeup Season of Foam War, and
Season of Fail.
Yeah, Season of Fail, and so the Chicago crew came up for that. It was Ryan, Zorn, Scatman, which is Ryan's friend, and Caffeine.
Oh god.
Caffeine's a whole other story. I'll put information
Save that
out.
one for later podcast.
Yeah, we'll save that for later. But they came off there, and it was it was getting kind of weird. It wasn't really their fault, but I mean, it was just the balance
acceleration.
the Doomsayer. That was okay. Yeah. So, but Zorn brought this Doomsayer. You could say it's a ridiculous gun, and I think it was put up for sale recently. Actually,
Yeah, it was the U3.
Yeah, the Unholy 3 Doomsayer, and, like, for some reason, I don't know how this happened, I mean, it was a Springer. I couldn't get over this, but, I mean, obviously it's a Springer, but people were just getting hurt, like, by the masses by that thing, and I think some people try and deny that this happened, but, like, it seemed pretty apparent to me. People were getting headshotted, people bleeding all over the place from that thing, getting shot at incredibly close ranges, and it was just ridiculous. And people were using plus bows and big blasts and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But like somehow that thing was causing way more injuries than everyone else. So I let it slide. We had a war the Friday night before the war, and then the next day all day Saturday, and I let it slide on the Friday before just because he wasn't using it a lot. But the next day, I mean, playing Defend the Core against that thing, it was just like running right up to a headshot, pretty much. That's really
so I'd pretty much say that was that the climax for your?
Yeah.
I would say our climax was Chicago Beatdown 4. That's
I
what
hear that. I hear that one went pretty bad.
I'll alliterate on that. Basically what happened was you had about, I think, 15 people at the max. Was you had your main Chicago crew, and that was pretty much it. You had a couple new people, and everyone had plus bows. Well, the majority had plus bows, and then the U3 had their accelerating guns. I'll call them that because they were like astonishing good. Supermax 1500, 3K, super plus bow, stuff like
Fly
that.
low conjugator.
That thing, and basically, everyone was getting owned. I don't know if this was a fact or not, but I did happen to glance and see that the U3, Unholy 3 abbreviation, was they were teaming up with each other secretly, even though they weren't on the same teams. So you had multiple team deathmatch, 3 teams, and they were split up evenly. But the next thing you had was they would give up on their team, work together to take out everyone else, and then fight each other. So it was like truly unfair.
It was truly faggish.
And another major conflict was safety issues. We still had people using melee weapons, and when you're using melee weapons, you cannot be blasting people with a 3K 5 feet close. I know
Did
for
that
sure.
happen a lot?
Yes, I got blasted.
Oh man.
I got blasted in the throat by Ryan's modded Supermax 1500 because I was going in for a melee tap and I went down.
Whammy.
Supposed to either run or take it when somebody does that too.
Exactly. I don't know what happened, but I won't name any names, but I ran
You just said Ryan.
No, Ryan's modded Supermax 1500. But I ran up. He had enough time to run back or take the hit, but he blasted me. I also saw someone was bleeding.
Were they bleeding profusely?
It was, I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of bad. You could see the ring of the bullet. It was like pretty
Excuse
brutal.
me? Of the what?
Why did you say bullet? Seriously?
Yeah, loser.
Okay, of the dart.
There you go.
Noob.
Much better.
So that was the climax for us. The community for Chicago right now is still pretty bad.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad for you guys right now. There's a lot of hostility going on,
There's a lot. Oh, did you see the arguments going on after CB4?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My God, they were so bad.
That was terrible.
I was involved. It was like people were calling each other really bad names, and it was kind of interesting. And
Ooh,
fun
what
at the
what
same
kind of
time.
names?
Merce. So this whole argument pretty much started after fall Minnesota Nerf outing here in 2009, and
It's not 2009.
what happened? I don't even know how. It got pretty bad. It wasn't really Ryan's fault. Ryan and Caffeine went to this, but like they were there. I don't think Ryan wasn't doing that much like bad stuff. He's pretty much just like normal. But what the big deal was Beaver getting a insane plus bow from Ryan and putting a hopper clip on it, and that was like I didn't really go off against it that much. Like I didn't notice it, but like from what he told me afterwards, like he was like my kill to death ratio was like 7-1 or something, something crazy like that. And there was a lot of crap going on after that.
Who counts that? Who counts killed that?
I don't know. To be honest,
Apparently,
that's
Midwest people count
Yeah.
on it. But
it's all you guys' fault.
I agree with that statement.
hey.
Now that we've established that, let's move on to another topic.
No, we still have a little bit more to say though.
Because this is a really big issue going on.
We should make this like a 5-hour podcast.
We should.
No, it's a huge issue. Like, you guys, I mean, I'm sure it's kind of hard for you to understand since you haven't
Like, you
nerfed
should,
with...
like, really enjoy what nerfing you have right now. Because right now, there is no solution. We have slug darts going on, but I don't think that's solution at all. That's just lowers the amount of...
Okay,
I
here's
think
the thing
Snake
about...
has the right idea. Making stock dart wars. That sounds really smart to me.
Well, didn't they try that? Or isn't there a war that's about to start? I think the best thing to do would be just like, don't make your guns insane.
Wow, that's hard to do, though.
I mean, I would do that.
No,
I
it's
would
not.
do that,
But no one else is going to do it.
No.
one
What?
else.
Yeah, no one else who spent $120 on a plus bow is going to be like, okay, I just want to use this now.
Here's the thing about that, like, everyone here has crossbows. Everyone has spent a bunch of money on them, and you can't just say, like, oh, you can't use your $100 gun. Like,
And honestly, I personally have probably spent more than all four of you combined. So.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
spent
you're a hoe.
$20 on Nerf in the past year.
But no. I had an idea of putting a ban on anything that shoots more than 80 feet, and then
Ew.
what?
That's
Ew.
My
only
knife finder hits 8.
No. What my idea was is then Stephens would still be fine because a ton of people have huge 800-foot rolls, like me. But on those single shot blasters that are super powerful, like plus bows for instance, you could just use scatter shots.
What about slug darts?
I use slug
Well,
darts.
here's the thing about slug darts. Here in Minnesota, after the Halloween nerf outing, that war wasn't particularly bad as far as unbalanced goes, just because half the people who showed up were part of the Messiah PSG-1's clan. I forgot what it was called. It was like the 34th.
The one where they do actual military training?
Yeah, here's what you gotta understand about Messiah. He is actually in the National Guard, and he came to his first war was the same first war as mine, and he showed up there are pictures of this. He was wielding 2 long shots, 2 Mavericks, a power clip, like a snap. I don't even know, just as many, probably 6 or 7 primary sized guns at once.
That sounds like Rambo.
And he was actually doing really well at that war, and nobody took him seriously at first. But I mean, he proved himself. But I mean, he is kind of Wilson-ish. Yes, what happened at the Halloween war is the first war he's been to in a really long time. So he shows up there, him and his friends, 4 or 5 of them get out of the van. I mean, they're all wearing camo, and they all have long shots that are pretty much just air restrictor removed and maybe a extra spring or something. But they did surprisingly well despite moving into an unfamiliar environment. And
yeah, long shots are actually really good, especially if you get them in number, because long shots versus other long shots makes them awesome. A long shot going against other things of similar range, they're great. I mean,
I actually started using a long shot modded like theirs with a Raider drum, and I was having a lot of fun using that. It was something completely different from what I mean.
Yeah, not only is it great, but yeah, it's a ton of fun, because that's basically all we do here in Salem. Is it's either nearly stock guns or long shot carbines. The collective pile of them.
Can you not call it carbine?
Huh?
It's carbine. You're pronouncing it wrong.
Okay,
it's pissing me off.
Let me just continue. So after that, okay, so after that war,
Is there something wrong?
that war was fine. And they had just a copper BB, 1 copper BB per dart. And the next war, it wasn't the next war we had. It was 6 people, and everyone followed the rules. But I mean, it was so cold that day. Everyone's wearing thick jackets and everything that it hardly even mattered what kind of darts we used. But I did shoot Beaver in the knuckle with the my Joe bar that had an RSCD on it. So, and he said that was pretty much fine. So I guess it did prove something in the end.
I mean, yeah, I understand, like, toning down the dart weight, but that still doesn't eliminate the gap you have between, let's say, a night finder to a plus bow.
Alright, so here's another idea I was having was, for those of you that do own plus bows, to take the spring down a bit, like take out the K26, put in a K19.
Or a K25, which is a little bit easier.
Or put in the stock spring. You know?
Yeah.
Or what about cutting the notch much lower than the rest of the power settings? Like, I don't think you need a 7-inch plunge draw. I mean, most stock guns have what, like 3 inches at the most?
Yeah.
At the most. Yeah, for sure. Like a night finder is less than 4 inches of draw, and people are hitting like 100 feet with them.
Isn't like the pass is like what, like 4 or 5 inches, right?
No, the pass is
Yeah.
6
Yeah.
inches.
4.5.
Long shots are like 4 inches.
Long shots are 3 inches exactly because it's
Really?
yeah, it's the dart.
Oh,
It moves back exactly the dart's length. So
No, I thought it was 3.5.
it might be a little bit over the dart just to allow some gap. It's probably like 3 inches and an 8.
probably longer than that though, because it has to be able to get all the way behind it and like in front of it too. So it'd be a little bit more than a streamline, like you said.
Yeah.
Anyway, Venom, Rose, you guys done?
Yeah, we're done. I'm done.
Okay, waffle.
Alright, so I guess I'm up then. My topic tonight is hate jobs. And I think it's especially addressing the YouTube community on this because you guys are all stupid. First of all, painting your blasters black does not make you cool.
Alright, you seriously need to speak up.
Okay, painting your blasters black does not make you really cool or anything.
Yeah, what will help with this is if everybody goes on mute while somebody else is talking, and then you go on, you unmute when you want to talk. That would probably help a lot.
Yes, please, thank you.
Okay.
Alright, so, see, if someone gets caught or, like, points their black blaster at a policeman and someone gets hurt or shot or something, that's really going to, like, stop the hobby in its tracks. It's not, that's, like, a cataclysmic event, not referencing the war, but, that would just end the hobby right there. I mean, a person getting shot would be very bad. And that's really extreme, but just don't take that chance. Don't paint your blaster black. I mean, leave it stock colors or paint it like neon green or something.
Yeah, even more, like, people think if they just leave the orange cap on there, they should be fine, but
No, that's not it at all.
No.
I'm a painter. I'm a painter, but I try to leave most parts that are originally orange, and then paint ridiculously colors like blue or green.
It's not
Well,
ridiculous.
like a lime green. You don't see guns with lime green, or yellow, stuff like that. I would stay away from the dark camo colors.
Exactly.
And that's pretty much it. You can paint any color except like gray or black as long as it's super flamboyantly bright.
See, the problem with that is if a policeman feels pressured, he's not going to just stand there and be like, oh, that's a Nerf gun. That's not going to go through his head if you're pointing an all-black blaster at him. He's going to think...
Especially the newer ones.
I said
they
besides
look
black.
So real.
Oh, yeah,
Nerf
definitely.
is not helping at all. Come on, Hasbro. Follow
You guys
Yeah, they are.
suck.
Hey, we should talk about new blasters here a little bit later.
And
Y'all segue into
yeah,
that.
let's talk about new blasters and talk about why we should shut up about them.
The only thing I'm actually excited about is that Buzzbee gun that looks like a blast fire.
Yeah,
The
because
Coretta
that's
strike?
gotta have some good airgun internals in it.
Definitely.
It's definitely gonna be air tanks the size of a Spider-Man Dart Tag Blaster and a bad trigger.
That's okay with you. It's what, like $10? And it's the size of a large secondary. You could carry that really easily.
I think they're gonna have larger tanks than that.
No, I don't.
Well, they're gonna mold them all in the same mold, so it's probably gonna be 4 connected tanks, and for that they would probably make them of good size to touch each other. So
I think they're going to be smaller.
Of course.
which nobody on YouTube is concerned about because they're all like, "Oh my God, long strike, deep
Ice.
Hey, don't ditch the
really
long strike.
picture high.
What'd you say?
Okay. So people know what we're talking about right now.
What? Yeah, this all I'm doing right now is taking an audio file and I'm gonna throw that into iMovie and put pictures of the current topics. What do you guys think it was doing? Just like it was recording my face the whole time? Do you think that?
Yes.
So I would sit here for like 2 hours recording my face.
You're probably eating dinner or making cheeseburgers, whatever else you do for these podcasts.
Ice. You should make a video. Like a day in the life of Ice.
I would do that if somebody volunteered to record for me.
Wes, didn't you post like a link to a video a while back that was like, watch the destruction at work, and it was some kid like painting a put together long shot without sanding it or anything?
Yeah. And he painted it camo.
Yeah.
He just took like tan, black, and brown and just like smeared the thing.
He's really gonna blend
And not only I titled it that because not only was it that, it was a tutorial, so other people are gonna do what he did.
Oh,
Dude,
should we talk about the
I'll be right back.
should we talk about the terribleness of some of the snow camo paint jobs?
We
How
should
long is
actually
this podcast
let's
gonna
make
be?
a
Couple hours.
let's make a message right here, like just a shout out to anybody who wants to paint the snow camo because they think it looks cool in Ice's videos. If you're gonna do it, try and make it your own, and you know, when you're doing paint jobs, just be, I don't know, take your time and be careful. And
Like,
don't
Be
make it,
creative.
yeah, because I mean, paint jobs are a bitch to remove, and that usually winds up to me to do.
Yeah, but when you're painting, keep it in mind, you can always go over what you do.
You know, unless
not necessarily.
you paint so thick that you screw up the base of what you're painting on.
True, but
really with like $1 spray paints that made the surface all rough, and just
you can always sand it off. I know that, like...
Yeah, I gave it to Automatron. I just totally screwed it up. I was like, okay, I'm not even gonna bother. I'd rather pay someone to do this for me than do it myself. So I paid him to sand off the horrible base paint on some of my shells.
Alright, signing off. Hold on.
Are you an undercover agent to take
Hold on. Let's make an official sign off. Let's be professional.
Alright, I'm you guys.
Signing off.